Hi, I'm Sam Armstrong, Victorian Feral Pig Coordinator at Agriculture Victoria. In this video, we'll look at feral pig trapping. Trapping is an effective method for managing feral pigs, especially when baiting is not suitable. Trapping may be considered as a primary management technique in some situations, though it should be used as part of an integrated management program. There are a range of different trap designs available for trapping feral pigs in Victoria. These include silo traps, panel traps and box traps. All are considered confinement traps that consist of an enclosure capable of holding groups of feral pigs and a trapdoor that allows pigs to enter but prevents them from leaving. A range of trapdoors can be used, including side hinge, top hinge, funnel type entrances and guillotine. The doors can be triggered by the pigs themselves or by the operator with a remote control device. The remote control device option is the most successful way to trap pigs. There are also legal considerations that landholders must adhere to when undertaking a feral pig trapping program. The features of the confinement traps and the conditions for their use include trap checking frequency, are all stipulated by the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Regulations 2019. Any feral pigs caught in traps must be destroyed quickly and humanely using approved techniques. Their carcasses should be removed from the trap and buried. The Prevention of Cruelty to Animals regulations include specifications for how to deal with captured non-target animals. Landholders must not bait traps with any type of animal meat or animal byproducts, as this is considered swill feeding and it poses a significant biosecurity risk. You can find more information about legal considerations for the trapping of feral pigs on Agriculture Victoria's website below. Monitoring helps identify where feral pigs are currently active, and it can be used to measure the effectiveness of your program. During monitoring, you can actively search for signs of feral pigs, including ground rooting, mud rubs, wallows, tracks, dung, fence crossing points. You may also use remote cameras to confirm feral pig presence. In the next part of this video, I will demonstrate how to trap feral pigs. The first thing you need to take into consideration when you're going to undertake a feral pig trapping program is timing. Timing can be crucial to the success of your program. Feral pigs require water on a daily basis to drink and wallow in. So if you can do your trapping program at a drier or hotter time of the year, you may have higher success. It's also a good idea to think of what food's in the landscape for the feral pigs. When it's scarce, they may be more attracted to your bait station and trap site. As soon as you see any feral pig damage on your property, it's a good idea to get a program started straight away. And as always, communicate with your neighbours to make sure your footprint of your control program is as large as it can be. This will help with keeping population numbers down. The next step is you need to work out where you're going to put your free feed bait. It's not a good idea to put it anywhere and try and attract the feral pigs to it. It's much easier if you go and find out where the hot spots are, where your feral pigs are active. To do this, concentrate on areas of bodies of water or fresh damage, fresh rooting, wallowing. Once you've found out where the feral pig hotspots are, it's time to start free feeding. You need to remember that where you free feed is where you're going to put your trap. So you need to ensure that it's a quiet spot and that there's some shade for the pigs once they are eventually trapped. Okay, now that you've thought about your timing and where you're going to have your bait station, you need to think about equipment needed. As always, safety needs to be front of mind when you're setting up the trap, during the trapping and also after. So please use your PPE equipment. So now I'll go through the tools you require to set your trap up. So we have a sledgehammer, some star pickets, we've got pliers, some gloves and some fencing wire. You'll also need your bait that you're going to attract the feral pigs to the site. So there's many different things you can use. So today I can show you, we've got some fresh corn here, we've got some wheat and then we've got some fermented wheat. Fermented wheat has been soaked for about a week and that will help attract the pigs to your area. You can also use things such as caras wheat or molasses. So as you'll see, I've got a panel trap here. So this is the trap that we'll be showing a demonstration on today. There are a whole heap of other traps as well that you can use. If you are borrowing one, you will need to have it for up to about 4 weeks as well. And the other piece of equipment which can save you a lot of guesswork in the long run is a trail camera. If you can get your hands on one or even 2 or 3 of these, it may make your program a lot more successful. So once you've identified your site for free feeding, it's time to introduce the trap to the environment. Feral pigs can be very wary of anything new into their environment, so it's best to have a trap set up with either the gate fully up or the gate off altogether. This way we'll be able to train the pigs to learn how to use the trap and to be feeding with inside the trap. So to do so, you can grab some of your free feed and make a trail that starts outside the trap and then feeds into the trap. This way we'll be able to train the feral pigs to come into the trap and be comfortable with feeding inside it. At this stage, it's really important to have your camera on the free feed and trap. This will help you understand what is actually eating your feed. You may think that feral pigs are coming to the site every night and eating all your grain, but it could be kangaroos, wallabies, birds or deer. So it's really important to understand that the feral pigs are coming to the site on a nightly basis and that they are the ones that are uptaking the free feed. Once you understand that all the mob is coming here to feed at night, then what you can do is reduce the trail of the feed to basically be 100% inside the trap. At this stage, you may notice on your trail camera that there are some pigs that are hanging out beside some boars or some sows that won't go in the trap. This is an indication that you're not ready to set the trap yet. If you be consistent and patient, over time, those pigs will go into the trap. So once you're comfortable with the feral pigs feeding inside the trap and moving inside and outside freely, it's time to introduce the gate. This is a panel trap, and we've just opened the panel trap with some wire here. We've also used star pickets on the side of the gate to really secure it in. Feral pigs are extremely strong, especially when they're confined. They will be able to move the trap quite a lot if you don't secure it to the ground. So this needs to be held up like this for a couple of nights. We're now training the feral pigs to use the door and be comfortable with the door. They need to understand that they can move in and move out and it's not a threat to them. So once you're confident the feral pigs are entering and exiting via the door in this position here, it's time to lower it just a little bit more, and this will, for another couple of nights, they'll get used to the feeling of the door perhaps on their back, and then once they're comfortable with that and entering and exiting, then it's time to set the trap. As discussed, there are different traps on the market that you can use for feral pig trapping. This is a panel trap. It's quite a traditional method. There are newer ones on the market which are remote activated. They're very successful in controlling 100% of the mob. So that has a guillotine style gate that you can activate via a text message, and you can be certain, because you're watching it in live time, that the whole mob has been trapped. So the panel trap works with the way of a feral pig will walk in and hopefully other feral pigs follow. The trap will be activated and the door will slam shut. So unfortunately, there may be some feral pigs that are left outside the trap. If this is the case, you need to check your camera and you need to make a decision on how you're going to control the rest of the mob that didn't get trapped, either baiting, another trap program or ground shooting. So once you've got pigs in your trap, it's really important that you check it as soon as possible the next day. It's important that you have the correct ammunition and firearms to use to control them. And once you've done that, you need to ensure that you remove the carcasses and bury them. To reduce the biosecurity risk, it's a good idea to wash down everything that you've used, all the equipment, your vehicle and the trap. Although trapping feral pigs can be quite a process and can take up to 4 weeks depending on free feeding, it is really important not to miss any steps, otherwise you won't be successful. Feral pigs are extremely intelligent animals and you need to be patient with your free feeding and introducing the trap into their environment to be successful. Trapping is effective for managing feral pigs when baiting is not suitable. As always, it should be undertaken with other control techniques as part of an integrated program. Trapping should also be undertaken with your neighbours to cover a large area and slow the population recovery. For further information on trapping, visit the Agriculture Victoria website. Please watch the other videos in this series to learn about other control techniques used for feral pig management. Thank you.